Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are here in Twine, and we are trying to get the trolley to work. So, yeah, let's see what Mimphily has to say. I'm sorry, I was stuck in my own head again. It's clear that Magnus has no intention of helping us, but perhaps we should ask the other residents. They may know something of the trolley. I'll take the north side of town. Let me know if you learn anything. Okay, let's ask some people. Never mind, Urioshe also has something to say. Banquet, art thou truly content to stand witness to fate's course and take no part? This is a matter of fate, Urioshe. It's about choice, and I've had years to decide where I stand. Mimphily has spent too long in chains already. I would not shackle her again by making my hopes known. It is for her to choose what shape her destiny will take. It is for me to stay silent, to protect her, teach her, and stand by her. That at least I can do for her. I guess. So be it. Come, let us make our own inquiries. Let's go. Alrighty, so Jarek told us that we should inspect the rails. So here we are. You open the box, revealing the proud array of lovingly maintained tools within. Brilliant. Now if you could hand me what I need as I work, that would be a help. In this case, well, this bolt is loose for one matter. We can't have that. I'll need to tighten it. Oh god, I'm not a... Oh man. Okay, wait, for... probably a wrench? I'm really not a handy person. So if I'm really stupid here, I'm sorry. Wait, isn't that right? Oh, thank you, that's what was nice. Okay, good. Now give me one moment, and I also don't know tool names in English, so... Yeah. I don't see any other problems here, so let's continue along the track. Oh my god, this is gonna be so embarrassing, man. If it's gonna stay as easy as this, with like cloth and shit like that, I'm gonna be fine, but otherwise, this is gonna be really embarrassing. Okay, let's go. Here we're at the next stop. Please, make it easy. You're quite handy to have around, you know? I don't know, man. Oh no. As to the lamp here, these aren't often necessary these days, but if we're going to do this, we might as well do it properly. And if by some miracle the night returns as it did in Lakeland, well, it's a nice thought. Okay. What do we have to do? Anyhow, a bit of this post seems to have splintered. Whether its lamp is to be lit or not, we wouldn't want these little pieces of wood jabbing the next person who comes through here to do maintenance. I need to sand it down a bit. Okay, sandpaper. Oh, our file, I guess. Hopefully. Should be fine, right? I think it's even more embarrassing that I'm so unsure. Yes, the wood file's perfect. Yay, thank you. Let me even this out. Okay, great. Thank God my dad taught me a few things. Oh man. That should do it. I'll bring some varnish along next time to finish the job. Okay, that sounds good. I haven't spotted any other problems, so we can move along now. Unless you'd like to take in the view of the tracks from here for a bit longer. It's breathtaking, I know. I'm fine, we can go. Oh, okay, I guess we're gonna look at the view. Mining has always been the primary vocation of folks in the hills of Amber, you see, but after a certain point they had dug up everything that could easily be reached and carried back by manpower alone. It was when that the Naboth Empire struck upon the idea of the Talos, which they had seen at work abroad. The great expanse the Naboth brought the Mistal engineers who specialized in Talos here to the hills. And wouldn't you know it, the mining industry picked it right up again. Nice. Twine itself sprung up around that time, as a matter of fact. It was named after the entwining of tales, the fruitful cooperation between the native Ronsa and the newly come Mistal. Oh my god, we actually need some history lesson now. But that, like so much else, fell apart in the wake of the flood. The Mistal left, taking their knowledge with them. It was 15 years ago that the last of them, the folks from Daedalus stoneworks took off for Yulmore. Now no one remains that can repair and operate the Talos. But there's no use in lamenting what can't be changed, and there's one more thing we need to do while we're out here, so we might as well get to it. Morchers occasionally make their nests on the tracks, you see, and it falls to us to remove them when they do. The creatures are angry when disturbed, which is natural, but nevertheless a danger to anyone passing by. It's not my favorite task, to be honest with you. As you may have noticed, I'm not terribly suited to confrontation. That said, would you follow the tracks north and remove any nests you find for me? I'll keep an eye on things from here. Okay, let's do that. Righty, so I got rid of the vulture nests. Thank you, that should be everything taken care of. In return for your help, I'll tell you a bit more about the trolley. Nothing that can get it started again, though. As I said, the only people who knew how to repair the Talos are long gone. When they left, the life began to bleed out of the town. The trolley's tracks rusted, and its cars fell into despair. Now I was born in Twine, raised there. My first word was trolley, damn it, and those were the worst years of my life. But then about 7 years passed, Magnus and his wife returned to us. Magnus is a real proper trolley engineer, and perhaps he would never have left in the first place if it hadn't been for his son. As you're well aware, Amarang is hardly the safest place, and Magnus wanted his child to grow up away from its dangers. It didn't help in the end. The Sin Eaters got the boy. Isn't that always the way? The child had always said that someday he wanted to see Magnus's trolley running again, so in his memory they returned to Twine. Started fixing those rusted rails and broken cars, and it was going well for a time. Uh-oh. Wicked white vultures. Are they back for revenge? Never mind, I don't want to find out. Yeah, let's go. Righty, we're back in Twine. Nice work out there, and now you know the story of the trolley. Won't do you much good without the Talos though. If there was even a single one that still functioned, things might be different, but well, here we are. Nice. Time for maintenance. Not that I'll do you any good, but we do have a Talos we've been meaning to repair. I can show you if you'd like. It'd certainly be nice to hear something other than Magnus describing for a chance. Let's go. Righty, we're here with the unrepaired Talos. Let's see. What's the damage? Shouldn't we call Sid or something? Oh, wait, he's not here in this world. Huh. Truly a most vexing state of affairs. I thought mayhap a closer examination might yield something of value. Can't we call Sid or something? I see the means to build Talos stone by stone are lost to us, that's true, but here before us slumbers a most fine specimen. Indeed, we were not for a few minor failings, it would be in working condition. It will likely require naught but a few modest repairs and the suffusion of ether. Suffusion? I don't know. Well, if you think you can get the thing up and running, far be it for me to stop you, but what exactly do you reckon is the problem? I should stress that I have performed only the most cursory of examinations, though such arcane constructs are not wholly unfamiliar to me. As I did suspect from the first, it is host to a network of veins through which ether floweth freely. Or so it would, were it not for several fractures which now impede said flow. How in the hell did you get all that from just a glance? I take it you've thought up a solution as well then. To bridge these fissures requireth a material highly conductive to ether. Once in place, I believe it will be possible to restore the Talos to life. Sounds promising. Might I prevail upon thee to acquire that which we require? Not far beyond the walls of Twine dwelleth a creature of living stone, the Dabitage. Full sure am I that stone from such a being would prove most suitable to our needs. Alrighty. Very good. I shall have Fankred and Minfilia attend me in the remaining preparations. I spy but 3 obstructions to the flow of ether and the Talos, and thus would I ask you provide the 3 stones of the Debitage. All else will be made ready upon thy return. Let's go get some stone. Righty, we're back. Banquet and Nymphalia will return along with the remaining supplies we require. Let's now succeed in procuring stone from the debitage. I don't know. Fine specimens, one and all. You have my thanks. We need now but wait for Banquet and Nympphalia's return. Always waiting, man. From end to end, the paths by which ether may flow through the Talos have been duly mended. They would require a sufficient endowment. It's not moving. Strange, the core refuseth to stir. I fear the condition of this Talos is more dire than I previously surmised. As a heart driveth blood through immense veins, so doth the core ether throughout this massive frame. Failing its repair or replacement, the Talos cannot be restored. So it was the heart after all. Let us foresee this outcome. Well, no, not exactly. We'd never gotten this far in trying to repair it, so we had no way of knowing the heart was the real problem. We tried to find another, in case things turned out as they are now, but... Jarek? This isn't really my story to share. Please, Jarek, if something went wrong, maybe we can help. You have to ask Magnus, who isn't gonna talk to you. Alright. After all you lots have done for me, I suppose it's the least I can do. No. The truth hurts, huh? Right then, the Talos, their hearts cannot be made of just any stone. You need a special sword with sufficient ethereal conductivity. But both it and the other materials used in the construction of Talos bodies are mined in the same place. The place, of course, being here, the Hills of Ember. And it was 3 years ago when... No, I can't, I'm sorry, but you'll have to hear it from ffxiv or someone else. Oh my god, don't make it more complicated, man. Back to the tavern then. Oh man. Okay, let's ask ffxiv. Still here, you can ask again, but the answer's the same. Our trolleys are... Well, goddammit, Jarek. You could have at least finished so I wouldn't have to clean up your mess. Seeing how you made such quick progress in fixing that Talos and all, he was probably thinking you could help change things around here. And I think you may be right. Gather your friends and I'll tell you what you want to know. Oh, why can't you just tell us, man?
Magnus's wife was a miner, you know. Greatest prospector there ever was.
Oh, how did I know it was about Magnus?
When the golem heart started failing, she was the first to head out in search of more. Problem was, most of the veins ran dry ages ago, and finding fresh ones to tap's only gotten harder. But she wasn't one to be deterred. She just kept digging deeper and deeper. And then the mine collapsed. We labored day and night to clear away the rubble, but it took us 2 months to find her. To find her body. Magnus has never been the same since.
What a surprise.
Where is he, if you don't mind my asking?
Ah, yes, well, if he's not here, there's only one other place he'd be.
Where they found her. Oh, never mind.
What? Oh, you again. How many times must I tell you? The trolley won't run! We'd be better off dismantling the damn thing and selling the parts for scrap.
Wait, but is that like already the foreshadowing for a female Hrothgar here? Because as some people might know, I'm in love with female Hrothgar, so maybe his wife was a female Hrothgar?
Now piss off back to wherever you came from. And don't let me catch you around here again.
What were their names?
My son was named Skuli. My wife, Agna. Being here with them, it beats going home. Home stopped being home when I lost them. I thought to try and drown my sorrows, but somehow the bottle's never deep enough.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
No bottle is. Believe me, I know.
You've lost someone too?
Not like you. Not my own flesh and blood. I grew up an orphan, so I never really knew what family meant. Not until I met a man who offered to take me in and make me his pupil. He was a kindly soul, always looking out for me, like a father. Not that I appreciated that at the time, or anything else for that matter. But I finally had a family. And then I robbed a young girl of hers. I did my best to make amends, to offer her comfort. But the more I look back on it, the more I realize just how inadequate my efforts were. I let her down. That is why I refuse to let her legacy die. In the end, all we can do is press on, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. And that requires your Talos. Please, Magnus. You are our only hope of reaching Nabarth Areng.
What rubbish.
She's not gone. No matter what you say or believe, she's not. We can still bring her back.
Aww. Full well do I know the pain of loss and how heavily it can weigh on one's heart. Nevertheless, there is but one way forward. We must needs procure a new heart for the Talos. Fev, knowest thou any location wherein we might find the stone we require? No matter how scant the possibility, we would seize it. I told you near all of the veins were tapped dry years ago, though I suppose if you really wanted to try, you may find something at Nuvi's leavings. It was opened well before Talos became commonplace. which is why the mining there was never quite as deep. When you get there, look for Gufjon and tell him I sent you, but don't be surprised if he tells you the same thing. Then assistance is most appreciated. Laura, I think it best Fenkra join thee in this search. Though he would be quick to deny it, his heart is in turmoil and his thoughts clouded. It would be unwise to ignore his distress. Let's go look for Fenkrid. So etchy. Off to somewhere, are you? Yeah, and you're coming with. At last, the lead on the stone we need to power the Talos. I can't very well have you go on your own. Lead the way. Let's go. Level up. Ooh, we're level 80, nice. I'd say we were long overdue for a good turn. I can only hope the gods heal the same way. Now Nui's leavings was to the south, was it? Let's get going. Yeah, let's get going. Righty, we're here. Let's see. The way you described it, I was expecting the place to be abandoned. Perhaps our fortunes are finally improving, though we should probably hear what Gufjon has to say before we celebrate, assuming we can find him, that is. It's okay, fine. Alrighty, we found him. Let's see. Oh. The story is getting annoying though. Where are you and what are you doing in here? And why do they have to make this so complicated? I can't. Well, you should have listened to Fav. You're wasting your time. But the site is not as developed as others, is it not? Surely there must be something left. I should explain, the stone you're looking for is leonine. All the Talos in the Hills of Ember are powered using them. Or were, at least. Anyway, whatever's left, if anything, is too far below to be safely excavated. In the deepest reaches of the mine, we use Talos to keep the pathways from collapsing. They're still there, but they could give out at any time, which is why much of the mine is closed. Then our only option is to search the higher levels for any fragments of leonine that may have been overlooked. I suppose there may be one other way. Well, don't leave us in suspense. What you're asking for is a trade secret. I need to be duly compensated in exchange. Fine, what do you want? The other day I found a Wobert gold piece down in the mines, a bloody Wobert gold piece. And wouldn't you know it, I dropped the damn thing somewhere while I was working. Find it and I'll tell you what you want to know. You drive a hard bargain, sir, but we'll take it. It seems we have our work cut out for us, Laura. Thankfully I have an idea for how we might hurry things along. Well, just tell me, man. As I'm sure you've noticed, despite our best efforts to illuminate the corridors, it's rather dark in here, meaning it will be that much harder to find a single coin hiding in the shadows. That's why I propose we use these sun drops. They help the eye take in more light. Why don't you start your search further in and I handle this area here. I'll retrace your steps after in case you happen to miss it. If you feel the drops effects wearing off, I can give you more, so don't worry. Let's go. Alrighty, I got the coin. I was hoping he dropped a gold piece somewhere closer to the entrance. More fool me for thinking Lady Luck was on our side. But I got it, don't worry. Or maybe she is, yours at least. In the end, my contribution was little more than poor company. It's fine. I couldn't have done it without these sundrops. Come now, Fenkrid, you were far more prepared for this task than I. So you say, but you have a proven knack for success regardless of circumstances. I doubt very much I could have discovered it unassisted. I only managed to survive the Curfin wilderness and the Imperial capital by virtue of extensive preparation, a habit of mine since childhood, and one of my few positive traits which endeared me to Louisoix, I imagine. It hasn't been easy finding ways to compensate for my condition. Every tool and trinket has proven vital to my continued success, such as it is. Had I chosen to pursue the arcane arts rather than espionage, well, I'd rather not think on it. So long as I have the means to protect those dear to me and to see my duties through, that's all that matters. Now let's hurry and see that return to Gufjon. The sooner we get back to Rioshim and Filia, the better. You're back. Wait, does that mean? Yes, here you go. Can we finally get this stuff, man? I'll be damned, you actually found it. Well, a deal's a deal, but don't think this means you'll find what you're after. Yeah. A dirty job. To be honest, I wasn't sure you could pull it off, but you did, and I'm a man of my word. Come with me. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're outside of the mine now. Every time I step out of those mines, the sky seems to get brighter. I'd never leave them if the air weren't so stale. But you're not come to hear my grievances. You're after Leonine. First, I have to ask, you ever heard of rockworms? Rockworms, I know them by another name, though I'm fairly certain the locals call them knockers. Aye, that they do. Whatever you want to call them, those little bastards may be the answer to your troubles. They can fit through cracks and crevices down where we could never hope to reach. And on occasion they come back with something valuable. Sounds like a Lalafelder. They dig up Leonine in the mines. It's a rare occurrence, but yes, that said, it usually amounts to no more than a few flakes. Well, our only other option sounds tantamount to suicide, so how can we draw out these rockworms? Over by that shack you'll find a bag full of smoke bombs. Set off a few in the mines and you'll flush them out in no time. Once they're out in the open, knock on sensors and check their bags. I should warn you, this method of mining, if you can even call it that, is used as a last resort on account of what little they're like to bring back. You want to cover as much ground as you can if you hope to find anything of value. Assuming you do find something, bring it here and I'll have a look. We should split up if we're to cover more ground as he suggests. If you can cover these 3 areas on your map, I'll see to the parts between them. Okay. Let's go. Alrighty, we're back. There you are. Find anything promising? I guess. Between the two of you, I'd say you've got quite the haul. Best get comfortable, friends. It's going to take time for me to sift through all this. Yay. It's gonna take even longer. Huh.
You may not remember this about Arminfilia. But prior to founding the Path of the 12, long before the Scions, she was something of a miner. After her father died, Flamine took her in and taught her the trade. I think they were both seeking to fill the void left by a loved one. Maybe that's why she took to it so readily. Back in those days, I spent most of my time in the Quicksand, or some other tavern, loosening tongues and gathering secrets. Occasionally, I'd catch a glimpse of her in the street, on her way home after another hard day's work. I always felt a wave of relief when I saw she'd come back safe, along with a pang of guilt at the fact I wasn't there to support her as I should have been. Simply speaking with her more than once in a blue moon would have been a good start, but I could never bring myself to do it. Instead, I threw myself into my work and became every drunkard's best friend.
I can't imagine she thought too highly of you back then. Not your finest hour, to say the least. I don't know.
Far from it, and Flamine has never let me live it down. But that was a lifetime ago. Here and now I have another chance to do things right, and I will not squander it again.
Okay,
hey,
let's go.
Come and see what I found. You're not going to believe this.
Nice.
Tell me it's Leonine.
It is at that. You lot were born lucky. It's mostly broken pieces. But look at this.
Ooh.
This is a rather fine specimen.
It's been decades since we found anything approaching this big. But that's not all. There's an engraving on it.
Ah, these scratches here. They're a little hard to make out. To my beloved Magnus and Schoolie.
Ah.
Yes! Do you see? It was a gift to Magnus from his wife. She found it. She really found it. She must have spent her final hours carving this message into the stone, in the hope that he might see it one day. Those rock-backed bastards must have made off with it before we could clear a path to her. It's fate that brought you here to find this stone. No other explanation. It makes me wonder what else might still be buried in these parts.
Yeah, then maybe you should check. Have a heart. Oh man, I wouldn't believe it had I not seen it for myself. Before you said it in the Talos, would you take it to Magnus? For 3 long years, he's believed she died for nothing. He must know the truth that her sacrifice was not in vain. We'll take it straight to him. You have my word. Thank you, Govjum, for all your help. Okay. Right then, let's not keep everyone waiting. Yeah, I know. Let's go. Alrighty, we're back with Magnus. Please at least voice acting when I have to watch the Sob Story. I guess not. Well, oh, it's you. If you've come to complain about the trolley, you'll find no sympathy from me. I told you before it won't run and you wouldn't listen. You want us to show us the figure or not? Oh, but it will, now that we have this. Your name is engraved on it, along with your son's. It was a gift from your wife, Magnus, from Agna. No, she couldn't have. Yes, she did. Man, my patience is running out, man. Like, seriously, why do we care so much about him? Like, he's just been a dick towards us this whole time. Take it, do with it what you will. Okay, we will. Bye. Bye. Are you certain it would delay our plans, but... As I take it, it was you who found it, you who needs it. Looking at that stone, all I can see is... Please just leave me be. Okay, bye. I hope you be there when the Talos stirs to life. I'm sure she'd want you to see it. Okay, bye. Would you do the honors of delivering this to Riage? Yes, I will. Okay, finally, bye! Like, I don't know if I'm just an asshole, but... I mean... Damn, why do we care about every single person that we meet? Like... Howard returned, and with Leonine, it would seem. As promised, the Talos have been made ready to receive its heart, thanks in no small part to Cherik, ffxiv, and Minfilia. Unless we shall return time to the timeless, this sentinel stone that we may press on towards Nabuffering. Let's go. Very good, now let us begin. Yeah, let's go! Finally. My patience is running out.
Preparations for the enchantment are complete. When the heart hath been suffused with a sufficient quantity of ether, the golem should be restored to life.
All right then. Whenever you're ready.
Nice. How do we know
It's
he's not
working.
gonna kill us?
It's working!
No, I regret that I was such an asshole the whole time.
Magnus!
Why do people even like him?
You left me for this? This wretched heap of stone and rubble?
Oh my god. If he's gonna destroy it, I'm gonna kill him.
This worthless pile of earth? And yet... I can't. I can't.
So worthless. Means a lot to a lot of people. Selfish. This quest is called Have a Heart. Apparently I don't have one. It's official.
What troubleth thee, child?
I shouldn't be here. I don't deserve to be. I don't deserve any of the things you've done for me.
Okay, never mind. She's also annoying.
I'm just a burden. Helpless and hopeless. If tomorrow came and I was gone, it would be better for everyone.
Go, man. Like, man. Oh.
Thancred most of all. He'll never admit it, but I can see it in his eyes.
She's not even useless. Like, the other inferior was useless. She's not. At least she can fight.
I wish he'd just say it. Just say that he hates me. That he wishes I was dead so that she could return.
Oh my god. That's self-pity, man.
None of this is thy doing, child. 'Twas I who set the oracle on her path unto the first. I who condemned you all to suffer these torments. 'Tis my sin alone, and one that will haunt me unto my dying day. Yet I dare not dwell over long on my many regrets, for the world is a tapestry of fates, interwoven and inseparable. And we who strive to better it cannot choose but make difficult decisions. For naught of worth was ever achieved without sacrifice, and thus must man ever struggle to weigh life against loss. The one for whom thou mournest beareth no grudge. Were she here, she would not suffer thee to languish in sorrow. She would tell thee to seek thine own path, thine own purpose. It is a truth which I myself was slow to learn. Yet a truth it remaineth. Thou needst but have faith, and all will be well.
Go to her. Have you no words for her? I really don't care, man. Look after your child however you want. I'm not their mom.
Not today.
Okay, then let's go. We have things to do. We have a world to save, in case people forgot. Meanwhile, in the Crystarium, finally something else. Imagine the Crystal Exarch is now like, oh, I'm such a poor thing. That's the thing, like he has a whole arm made of crystals and he's not crying about anything. Even his throat and everything, like, isn't that painful?
To what do I owe the pleasure that is your extended stay?
Oh, to the tediousness of our hero's present endeavors. That and the insufferable abundance of light in Armorang. I should be glad to keep my distance. Oh, I'm rather fond of sleep, you know. It's a wonderful way to pass the time. Not that my compeers would agree, mind you. Always on the move, the lot of them. Like La Hebrea, constantly jumping from vessel to vessel. Such fire, such determination. So much passion, fleeting and forgotten. Come to think of it, Exarch, I don't believe I've ever seen you retire to your chambers for so much as 40 winks. However do you keep your eyes from closing? The cold shoulder. You wound me, sir. Always so guarded in our every interaction. Interactions you curiously refrain from sharing with the Scions and their champion.
And risk souring your budding relationship? I think not. Much as I dislike you, there are more useful targets for her energies. And I am not in the habit of pointing her at my enemies like a weapon.
Is that right? Fond of her, are you? You continue to fascinate me, Exarch. But tell me, who are you?
Good question.
The once great nation whose ingenuity gave birth to this tower was shaped by my hand. As such, I know full well the wonders it can facilitate and those it cannot. There is nothing in these walls which could have aided you in summoning our dear friend across time and space. Much less in possession of her mortal flesh. Not even I could have performed such a feat.
I see. You had a hand in Alag as well. You would know what I am? I am the adjudicator of the sacred history with which you dared trifle. I am keeper of this tower's boundless wisdom. The wisdom of ages without age, of everywhere and nowhere. The great work of those who tamed the wings of time and grasped the nature of the rift. 'Tis a boon born of sacrifices yet unmade. The parting gift of brave heroes who will one day give their lives for a brighter future.
So is he Grahatia?
I will not see their hopes and dreams squandered. The history which led us here will be unwritten. I promise you that.
I mean, wasn't he also the keeper of that crystal tower in our world? Or are there like multiple of those?
Well, it seems we're both eager to fulfill our duties then.
On that much, we are in agreement.
My apologies for the delay. Minfilia and I had a private matter to discuss. Yeah, I noticed. Which brings me to the question, how didst thou find Thancred during your search? He spoke of Minfilia of his own accord, I see. 'Tis well that he did, and with such candor. I attempted to broach the subject before. Mine intention was to ensure no words remained unspoken between them. Lest tragedy intercede, a regret I myself know all too well. Alas, in the end, he refused to heed my counsel. A time will come when they must face the reality of their circumstances, but I have faith that all will be well in time. Now let us not tarry any longer. The Talos and the Nabava ring await. Yes, finally. Okay, but first, we're gonna end this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like if you like what you see, and obviously subscribe if you would like to see more. I try to upload every single day. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and bye bye.